look lonely. I can fix that. You look like a good Joe.
Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do.
Officer LD/69.420. Let's begin, shall we? Go ahead and recite your baseline. A blood larb nothingness began to spin. Do you only practice range theatrics and never train fitness or medical skills? Interlinked.
Interlinked.
When you're at the flat range, you only practice 1R1s?
Interlinked.
When you're not at the flat range, they keep you in a box? LARP.
LARP.
Do you worry about what you're going to wear to the range to impress your boys? LARP.
LARP.
When you're not in the flat range, you only talk about dry firing? Interlinked.
Interlinked.
Do you not know how to zero your own rifle? LARP.
LARP.
Have you ever been a part of a high-speed team? LARP.
LARP.
Do you only practice from shooting 7 yards away? LARP.
LARP.
LARP within LARP. Why don't you go ahead and say that 3 times for me?
LARP within LARP within LARP.
Do you ever wonder what it's like to have a girlfriend?
Interlinked. LARP within LARP interlinked. LARP within LARP interlinked. LARP within LARP interlinked.
We're done. Constant L. You can pick up your bonus.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, there are a lot of guys on here that don't know what they're doing. First and foremost, this is a platform where anybody can up...
I know it's real.
I know it's real. God damn it!
The gun we're going over is going to be the B&T USW-A1. This is a pretty slick little setup. Now, technically, this is a rifle, but before we dive into this rifle, this pistol, before we dive into this, we're going to go over the kit real quick. Now, I'm not at liberty to discuss the kit fully, so I'll kind of talk about it, and then whatever I can't talk about gets bleeped out. So that's, if you're wondering, like, what's going on, it's because this technically hasn't come out yet. Am I allowed to say that? All right, yeah, I'm allowed to say that. All right, I'll clear it with my off-screen guys. So this is a plate carrier. It's called the Redacted by Redacted. No, this carrier is actually made by HSP. It's not out yet. Whenever they're ready to launch it, you'll know about it for sure. I mean, it's made by my dad, so I'm clearly gonna be a big fan of it. I know that for a fact. Super comfy, very well made. Can't wait to go over that in the near future. So thanks, Dad. It's getting rained on heavy. It looks probably cool with all the great weather, I'm sure. So yeah. And then for the belt, this is also gonna be my dad's product, or my clone father, I should say. There's a big difference. This is gonna be a clone father's product, so not a bad little product right here. Good setup with that USW holster. So I'll pop this bad boy off. All right, so this bad boy is actually a pretty cool setup. We'll talk about the holster real quick. So now what this video is, so this isn't necessarily a USW-A1 review. This isn't necessarily the history of. This is kind of like that Big Chimp style where I just take a gun that I really think is cool, that I saw, and I managed to get it as a guest on the channel just to look at it, talk about it, maybe pique your interest. And because sometimes, you know, there's a lot of guns out there, and it's like, I didn't even know this one existed, to be honest, until I saw it, and I was like, I gotta have that bad boy on the channel. It's one of those things where you just see it and you're like, I want to show this off to the world. So first and foremost, there is this holster. The holster is a radar holster, and it's a very interesting design. It's not my favorite design of a holster so far. I'm very much used to Fireland holsters. You can kind of see right here, with the grip angle for my style, you really have to be on the gun to activate. You really have to get deep into the gun. Now, that's kind of like a training nuance. So I'm out here for the first time shooting it today. It's one thing I noticed just with the holster, that if you have a shallow grip, activating it, you may have issues. Because I noticed when I come up on grab a grip of the pistol, I start to immediately like I depress and pull out at the same time. I notice you really have to depress it first, then you can pull out. How about the holster? So this is going to be technicality thanks to NFA and the ATF here. Those guys, they trample on your rights every day, but nonetheless, this is going to be a rifle technically. So what that means is that you have to have a $200 tax stamp if you're not familiar to be able to put this essentially spatula-like stock on here. It feels like it could be a good spatula. Nonetheless, it makes the gun much more tactical, right? Because it takes it from being a full-fledged pistol to now it can be shouldered and used as a rifle. Now, what's this good for? Well, if you think like with the future we're going with pistols, you're getting the most bang for your buck now because pistols, stocks going onto pistols have been around for a long time, okay? Now, if you take a stock and put it on a pistol, you're getting more accuracy at distance. You're now amplifying the use of your platform. It comes with a threaded barrel. That threaded barrel is actually going to be pretty slick for putting a suppressor on it if you want to like really rock it as a, say, a primary platform. I mean, this could be like potentially like an ultimate style truck gun, but I still want a rifle caliber in theory. But with the 30 round mags, man, it's really coming down. Be a good weather girl. With the 30 round mags, I mean, imagine a suppressor. Maybe when Mod Light ever releases their weapon light, throwing that bad boy on here for a fuller size package. You get the Aimpoint Acro, or Aimpoint Nano back here. So it's really a robust deliverance in a small package. I mean, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, essentially, with what this is. I mean, the price tag is going to be higher than, say, like if you did like a Glock chassis. And I think it's a little bit cooler because it's all in one. Now, keep in mind, I'm not an expert on B&T products. I'm not an expert on like the applications of force with a you know, a little pistol carbine like this. But I still think it's wicked cool. I mean, when you can have the option to have this gun fully collapsed like this in a holster, and you can still run a rifle with your full kit. I mean, it's almost like a great insurance policy in case your rifle goes down because you have this fuller size pistol. You know, it's like, it feels chonkier than a Glock 34 with the weapon light, your red dot, potentially 30 rounds ready to go if you want to carry the 30 round mags on you. And if your main rifle system went down, which is a very bad day, I mean, in theory, you still got that stock you can pull out and still go to work with this weapon system. Now, things I did notice is that the trigger finger out to here is kind of long to activate the weapon light, which is, might just be your biomechanics coming into play, right? But it's not too bad when you get onto this side, activating the weapon light over here. So it's just small things. It has a decocker on it too. It's pretty slick setup. I could definitely see myself wanting to snag one. The downside is to make it worth your while. I think you do want the spatula style stock. I mean, you can also make breakfast with it and flip your pancakes around. So I mean, you get more use out of it, and you get to potentially kill any home intruders that are coming to hurt your family while you're making breakfast. So it's a win-win. Oh wow, it's really starting to come down now. Now, because you can still carry this bad boy, I don't know. I don't think if you could. I mean, in theory, someone can make a Kydex holster for this, shove it in your pants, and you could have it, and it could be a bulky style concealed carry. It might be uncomfortable. In theory, it's doable. I don't know, just to my lack of experience with this, if I've seen any out there yet. It has a little sling point back here with a string and everything. In theory, what I could do is you have it hooked up underneath your arm like some sort of bungee sling, and then when you get ready to go, you pull it out and then you deploy it as such. That could be another way to keep it more compact to your body, like a silhouette style. Inside the waistband though, it's kind of like silly, but I think you could. And speaking of concealed carry, another word from one of our sponsors is going to be USCCA. For all your concealed carry needs, I got to read off something I'll read off later, but it'll be like an ad, so.
The U.S. Concealed Carry Association literally helps to save lives. Let me explain. The USCCA is a membership association that provides a self-defense education, training, and peace of mind to over 500,000 responsibly armed Americans nationwide. Click Learn More below right now if you're ready to start your journey as one of them.
That'll make sense in post. But yeah, it's a pretty slick build, and I wouldn't mind snagging one of these bad boys for myself. I'm not trying to sell you this gun. It's just like, if you want probably the ultimate like pistol carbine package, it's something to look at, right? B&T doesn't know I exist. I'm not trying to sell you B&T products. It's just kind of like a fun thing to show off, and then we also meme Blade Runners. So, it's a good video. All right, I think that covers everything. All right, gentlemen, hey, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Support the channel in any way, shape, or form if you want. Patreon is a good way to support the channel. Merchandise on my website. There's a link down below. Head over there. As always, stay easy, stay breezy. I'll catch you all on the flip.
Cool, that's cut.